Ryan sat on the dusty steps of his small house, staring at the vast fields ahead. He had nothing left, no money, no family, no hope. Years ago, he had left this very house in search of a better life, convinced that his father's simple ways were outdated, and his village was too small for his big dreams. Ryan had always believed that success came quickly to those who dared to dream big. His father, Baba Karim, was a wise but humble farmer who often told him, "True wealth is not always found in gold, but in hard work and wisdom." But Ryan never listened. The vast fields, the slow life, and the endless patience his father had for farming frustrated him. He wanted more fancy clothes, a big house, and the kind of wealth that made people look at him with admiration. One evening, after another argument with his father, he packed his bags and left, determined to return only when he was rich. The city was dazzling. It was everything Ryan had dreamed of: bright lights, busy streets, and endless opportunities. But he soon realized that dreams came at a cost. He struggled to find work, and when he did, the wages barely covered his food and rent. Desperate to make quick money, he fell into bad company. Gambling, risky deals, and borrowing from the wrong people became his routine. Each time he lost, he thought the next bet would turn his fortune around. But instead, he kept sinking deeper. Within a few years, he was drowning in debt. One day, after being chased by moneylenders, he realized he had no choice but to return home. He had left with grand dreams, but now, he had nothing. His clothes were torn, his pockets empty, and his heart heavy with regret. As he walked back to the village, he feared what he would find. Would his father still be alive? Would he even forgive him? When he arrived, the house looked the same, but something was missing. An old neighbor saw him and sighed. "Your father waited for you every day, Ryan. He always believed you'd come back. He passed away last year, still hoping to see you one last time." Ryan's heart shattered. He had wasted years chasing illusions, only to lose the one person who truly cared for him. As he stepped inside the house, memories flooded his mind. He ran his fingers over the worn-out chair where his father used to sit, the walls that had once echoed with his laughter, and the fields his father had nurtured with his own hands. That night, as he lay on his old bed, he noticed a small wooden box on the table. It had his name on it. With trembling hands, he opened it. Inside was a letter from his father. "My dear Ryan, I always knew you would return. I never blamed you for leaving. Every bird must leave its nest, after all. But I hope that, in your time away, you've learned that shortcuts to success rarely bring true happiness. If you're reading this, it means you've come home. I've left something for you. Dig near the oak tree. There you will find the treasure you've been seeking all along." Ryan's hands trembled as he read the letter. Could this be true? Was his father really leaving him something? With hope in his heart and the letter in his hand, Ryan rushed outside to the oak tree. His hands trembled as he dug into the soil, not knowing what he might find. The hours passed, and soon Ryan was exhausted, covered in dirt and sweat. But then, his shovel hit something hard. His heart raced as he cleared the earth away. He reached down and pulled up a small, weathered chest. With trembling fingers, he opened it. Inside was not gold, not jewels, but rich, fertile soil. Ryan stared at it, confused at first. Then, a realization dawned on him. The treasure was not in material wealth, it was in the land itself. His father had taught him that the earth was rich with opportunity, waiting to be nurtured, to be worked on with patience and love. The true treasure had always been here. Tears welled in Ryan's eyes. His father's wisdom had been the treasure all along, and now, he understood it. The land was the gift, and it was up to him to tend to it, to honor it, and to work it with the same dedication and care that his father had. Ryan made a promise that day. He would rebuild the farm, he would honor the land, and most importantly, he would never again chase after empty dreams. The true wealth was here, beneath his feet, in the land that had always been his home. And as he looked out over the fields once more, he knew that, at last, he had found what he had been searching for all along. Moral: true wealth is not found in gold or fleeting pleasures, but in the things that truly matter, the relationships we cherish, the wisdom we gain, and the hard work that leads to fulfillment.